Hello guys, welcome to your Photoshop demo. Today we're going to be discussing masking Photoshop, how it works, and why we want to do it. So, layer masks and masking is kind of like your bread and butter as a photo editor. It's going to allow you to put new objects in different backgrounds, and it's really just something that you're going to encounter every day. It's super important that we understand how this works. So, in order to get going, what we're going to do is we're going to talk about how layer masks work. So the first thing that we're going to notice is we're going to take a look at the layers panel. And as most of you probably know by now, Photoshop and all Adobe programs work in layers. So we're going to take a look over here and we're going to notice we have two layers here. We have rectangle 1, which is just a black rectangle, and then we have rectangle 2, which is just an orange rectangle. Now I want you guys to imagine both of these layers like a piece of construction paper, and they're sitting on top of each other. So we have our black piece of construction paper sitting on top of our orange piece of construction paper. If we take off that piece of black construction paper, we can see the orange construction paper underneath it. But if we put it back on, we can't. Now, what happens if I want to see that orange piece of construction paper without removing the black piece of construction paper on top? And this is where masking comes in. And essentially what masking is all we're doing is we're just cutting a hole in that top layer. So you guys are kind of going to see how it works here in just a second. So let's take a look over at Photoshop once more. And you'll see at the bottom right hand corner, you'll find this little button here, and it's called Add Layer Mask. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we're on our top layer, and then we're just going to click Add Layer Mask. And what that does is adds this chain and then this new square here, and this is going to be our layer mask. It's important to note this because these right here, those are just our regular old layers. What we want is a layer mask, and this is where we're going to be working. So now that we have our layer mask, now we want to start cutting. So how do we do that? So we're going to go over to our toolbar, wherever that is. For me, it's on my left side. And we're going to find our brush tool. So we can click on that, or we can press B on our keyboard. And then what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at our colors down here. We're going to make sure that we're on black. If we're not, what we can do is we can just hit this little bendy arrow here, or press X on our keyboard. And what we're going to do is, like I said, we're going to make sure that we're on black. And then usually I like to start off with a larger brush size, so I'm going to start off at 97. It doesn't really matter, just as long as you guys can see it. But all we're going to do now is we're just going to click and drag and basically cut out a shape. As you can see, what we're doing here is we're basically telling Photoshop, hey, Photoshop, I'm just cutting out that top layer. And that's what we're doing. We're just erasing that top black layer, that top piece of construction paper, and as a result, we can see that bottom piece of construction paper, the orange one. And this is essentially just what masking is. Now, I'm going to show you a couple tips and tricks. So, we really like masking because masking is non-destructive. And basically, this is going to be something you guys hear a lot in photo editing. It's always important that we do non-destructive photo editing. So, what does that mean? So, layer masks are really nice in the sense that if we make a mistake like this, we can go back by just pressing X or changing the color to white over here on the left side, and then we can just paint back in that top layer if we make a mistake, just like that. Super easy. And this is why it's called non-destructive. If we're using destructive photo editing techniques, let's say I want to use the eraser. So the eraser here, if we use the eraser, sure enough, we can erase that top layer, no problem, but we have no way to paint back that black layer on top. We can't, so it's a destructive form. We're destroying that original image. So that's why we don't like to use tools like the eraser to do this. So I'm sure you guys are kind of wondering, how does this fit into actual photo editing? We're not going to be just cutting out circles and black rectangles. So I kind of set up a little demo for you guys. Alright, so here's the scenario. Essentially, I found this really cool picture online. It's a really beautiful landscape picture, and I want to put that as my desktop background. But I found this really cool kind of purplish, bluish sky that I want to replace the sky in this with. So this is a classic scenario in which we're going to use masking. All we're doing is we've set up our photo like this. We put our top layer as the layer that we want to mask, and then we put our bottom layer as the things that we want to show through. So all we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we're on our top layer. We're going to go down to add layer mask. We're going to add our layer mask, and then we're going to make sure that we have our brush tool selected. Going to make sure that the color that we're on is black. I'm going to make my brush size a little bit smaller. You guys can use whatever brush size you want, just as long as it looks good and you're comfortable with it. And just like with the previous demo, what we're going to do is we're just going to paint. And what we're doing is we're just erasing that top layer. We're just erasing it. We're cutting it out so we can see the layer beneath it. So, and that's all we're going to do. We're just going to paint down. We're just going to continue to go down this whole image, and we're just going to use click and drag, and then we're going to replace the entire sky with our new sky, just like that. Now, as we get down towards the bottom part where the mountains are, we're gonna work smarter and not harder, because we're in Photoshop, we're on a computer, and we can. So what we're gonna do is, instead of being all zoomed out like this, we can zoom in and get an up and close view of the things that we're trying to do. That's what I always recommend. So now that we're down here, we kind of run ourselves into a little issue. Our brush is too big and we can't get these little tiny nooks and crannies. So all we're going to do is we're going to go find our brush, make it smaller, and then we're just going to continue to work. And we're just going to continue to paint over our foreground. Just like this. Now, as we're doing this, it's really important to note something. We always want to be a little bit more greedy than we think we have to when we're masking stuff. What I mean by this is, when we're cutting around stuff, we always kind of just want to take a little bit off the edge. We always just kind of want to get a little closer than we think we need to. Because if we don't, like over here, we're going to leave like this weird little halo of the previous, of the top image. And we don't want that. We want to get in there and make it look like a nice smooth transition. So we're just going to continue to work. Now that we kind of got the hang of it, I'm going to go ahead and show you guys the finished product, because I don't think you guys want to sit here and watch me fill in the rest of this. And really, this is only going to take me about 3 minutes. But for the sake of time, we'll just jump over to the finished one. So this is what the finished product looks like. Now, personally, I think this looks really great for the amount of time and effort that we put into it. You know, like I said, this only took me about 3 minutes to do, and it looks pretty darn good. You know, there's a few things that we could do on top of this to make it look even better, but as far as basic techniques for Photoshop, I think this looks really, really good. And this is, like I said, this is going to be your bread and butter. This is going to be the majority of what we do in photo manipulation. And it's really important that we know this, and we can create really good results pretty quickly if we do this. So yeah, this is basically masking in a nutshell. And of course, as with anything in Photoshop, you know, we could devote a whole 3-hour-long video to it, but this is kind of the basics to it. And it's really important that you guys get into Photoshop and play with it. You're never going to learn anything in Photoshop if you don't play with it. So, on that note, I'm going to leave you guys for today. Make sure that you get your Photoshop projects done, and if you have any questions, you guys know where to find us. Other than that, I hope you guys have a great day, and I'm really looking forward to seeing what your Photoshop projects look like. Goodbye!